face of the leader. His legacy is that in a Britain that people think of abroad as differential and hierarchical, he showed that he could be upward mobility. He started on a low income, worked his way up, tried hard work, but he wanted these opportunities for everyone. We have plenty of potential in this country, so much potential that few of opportunity. That was the thing of John Bright. He gave people the opportunities to realise their potential to the full.
Hello again, we're going to come into the room. I'm going to continue with the Southwest of England this morning, and the issue is strongly, especially sensitive for this area of this decade is continuing to be Southwest ministries. Another very important market problem is because private sometimes as well. Here it is not as fast as something is clearly in the room, but it's easy to actually identify things. And it's easy to identify coming in the room. Across Southwest Scotland, in Ireland, and across England, in Australia, they seem to know it seems to be a mostly dry and cold day with some sunshine. As a mission that even really are going to try to continue across the north of Scotland, and then across Northern Ireland, out of if true, clearly this would be another example of the statement size of grave, reckless, and escalatory behaviour from Russia and other concerns to strengthen the UK's resolve. Now, asked if he could confirm reports that UK supplied storm shadow missiles have been fired into Russia by Ukraine, the spokesman said it's still the case that it is not going to comment on operational matters, saying that would only serve President Vladimir Putin. Well, that statement from Downing Street Josh, the UK Prime Minister's spokesman, follows Ukraine saying that the city of Riga has been targeted by Russian international ballistic missile. There's been no independent verification of this, but we confirm, as I mentioned, it will be the first time this type of weapon has been used in conflict. There's been no specific comment from the Kremlin on this, but Russia has said it shot down 2 British-made storm shadow missiles. The incident in Ukraine also follows on with the US supporting Ukraine to go ahead to use long-range missiles called attacks. Well, the Ukrainian Air Force says Ukraine is also countered by a hypersonic ballistic missile and 7 cruise missiles, 6 of which it said were shot down. Moscow has repeated
to see if Russia has indeed launched an internet ballistic missile is projected as well. So you would expect the West to know what's going on, but Russia is equally keen to send a message to the West that we have missiles that can pretty much strike anywhere in the world and they're capable of carrying nuclear warheads. There's nothing to suggest to me that this was an investment, nothing at all, but it's possibly an escalation of violence.
Okay, we'll tell you, thank you very much. We'll tell you for BBC. This is monitoring Russia enter. Let me just repeat that news coming into us. This is a US official telling CBS News in the States that the missile overnight from Ukraine was a ballistic missile, but not an intercontinental ballistic missile. The latter being capable of traveling much further distances, and of course, if you can see the production, potentially capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Well, let's speak now. Going on to Ukraine to Maria Mazitsina, who is a member of Parliament for Party, and she joins us from Kyiv. Thank you very much for your time today. So you'll have heard that news coming into London. It is very specific, sports of evil declared already. Any better plan to bringing the live ones, which those supposed to come after some still pushing their hands in every evening, killing civilians. We still call expressing against the underlying criminal pushing very consistent, not accurate, powers to massive. So in fact, Ukraine's population of the Afghan squad was dying in the last few days. Obviously, the storm shadow missiles being used as well. What are your concerns as we go through this transition period to the new US president elect? That the situation is in the US.
Parliamentarian is a member of the friendship group with the US
Army.
I think I have to think with that. Being a professional career, the last thing you want to do is to enable overall adversaries, giving them advance warning and things like that. So I actually do accept that position of the government. However, we've had pretty clear signal that the government is covering down with those support, and we are very much involved in that because we wanted to see and still want to see Ukraine granted full autonomy in relation to all nations to provide it, because we want to influence, provide it, let progress is driven. As a government, we gave the first decision to allow long-range missile mission for the Crimea. So we want to see that, but I do have some things to do in terms of not flying or running commentary on operations.
Mr. Cartledge, do bear with us because we're just about to say goodbye to our viewers on BBC Two, just coming up in a moment. But talking here to James Cartledge, Shadow Secretary of State for Defence, about the situation in Ukraine, hearing comments that it wasn't an intercontinental ballistic missile that was used by Russia there. Mr. Cartledge, thank you for bearing with us while we say goodbye to our viewers on BBC Two. Do you think that the UK actually should be completely upfront and public about its support? Because lots of people are assuming that permission has been given, even if the government hasn't specifically said so.
Well, I think there's a lot of reports that permission has been given, and a lot of reports around fragments of weapons and so on. I think the problem is, as the report alluded to earlier in relation to this breaking report around the ICBM, supposedly it's in contact with the political missile. You really have to wait in these situations until you get full intelligence from defence intelligence and all the intelligence sources that we have, that our allies in particular have, and the US, of course, and not try to prejudge these things. But, it's pretty obvious just from your program now how quickly things are developing. The way that media works there, obviously reports very, very quickly. I think the key point, the fundamental one that if we sit on to everything from the British point of view, from our point of view, supporting the government, is just to remember that Russia currently has 10,000 North Korean troops supporting it. It's invaded Ukraine without provocation. It has been the aggressor. It has raised the stakes continually. And if we talk about aggressive move, boy, is the provision of thousands of troops from North Korea a significant escalation, and a very significant escalation. You only have to imagine if there were 10,000 NATO troops suddenly on the Ukraine side, what the Russians would think of that. So we mustn't, we must be very wary of being drawn into assumptions that need to be evidenced on the fundamentals of supporting Ukraine as far as we can, absolutely. And we are joining with the government on that.
Okay, James Cartledge, Shadow Defence Secretary, thank you very much. And yes, let me just bring you some more commentary. This is coming from President Zelensky of Ukraine, saying his country was attacked with what he is describing as a new Russian rocket, suggesting, in his words, it has the characteristics of an intercontinental ballistic missile. On Telegram, President Zelensky wrote that all characteristics, speed, altitude, indicate it's an intercontinental ballistic. Examinations are now underway. He went on, it's obvious that Putin is using Ukraine as a training ground. So we'll bring you right up to date with all of these developments as we go through the programme, but new developments on this story all the time. Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News. reasonable grounds to believe that both individuals, Benjamin Netanyahu, Yoav Gallant, both individuals intentionally and knowingly deprive the civilian population in Gaza of objects indispensable to their survival, including food, water, medicine and medical supplies, as well as fuel and electricity. It goes on to say that their role was critical, their failure to facilitate relief by all means at their disposal. Also, it goes on, the Chamber also found reasonable grounds to believe that no clear military need other than